أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يا أيها النبي قل لمن في أيديكم من الأسرى إن يعلم الله في قلوبكم خيرا يؤتكم خيرا مما أخذ منكم ويغفر لكم والله غفور رحيم. In this verse, Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala instructs Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam that Ya ayyuhan Nabi, O Nabi, kulli man fi aydikum min al-asra. Say to the captives that are in your hand. Meaning when the battle of Badr had taken place and the 70 captives were now taken by the mu'mineen and the believers. So referring to those captives, Allah Ta'ala instructs Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, say to those captives that are in your hand. يَعْلَمِ اللَّهُ فِي قُلُوبِكُمْ خَيْرًا. If Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala is aware of any good in your heart, meaning that you want to now bring iman upon Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. If Allah is aware of this, يُؤْتِكُمْ خَيْرًا مِمَّا أُخِذَ مِنْكُمْ وَيَغْفِرْ لَكُمْ. Allah will give you better than what was taken from you. Meaning the money that you had to pay for your freedom, Allah will give you much better than that also. And Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala will make your maghfirat, Allah will forgive you. Wallahu ghafurur rahim. Allah Ta'ala is most forgiving and Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala is most merciful. It is mentioned that 70 captives were taken on the occasion of Badr. Now among those 70 captives was the uncle of Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, Hazrat Abbas radiallahu ta'ala anhu. So Abbas radiallahu ta'ala anhu was also taken as a captive. But before Abbas radiallahu ta'ala anhu left Makkatul Mukarramah, Hazrat Abbas radiallahu ta'ala anhu took 70 ashrafis with him, 70 gold coins with him. He said on the battlefield we might run short of funds, so I will utilize these 70 ashrafis, these 70 gold coins at that time. But he was taken as a captive, all the money was taken away from him. When Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam finally made the decision now that we are now going to free these captives and we are going to take a ransom from them, Hazrat Abbas radiallahu ta'ala tells Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wasallam that you must take the 70 ashrafis that was taken away from me, you must take that as ransom. So this was the uncle of Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam, but Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam told him that, oh my uncle Abbas, that we will not take those 70. That 70 now belongs to the spoils of war. It is part of the mal ghanimat. You must bring some other money and now you must pay for your ransom. And not only that, your two nephews have also been taken as captives. Hazrat Uqayl bin Abi Talib has been taken and Nawfil bin Harith has been taken. Both of them have been taken as captives. So you must pay for your two nephews as well. Hazrat Abbas radiallahu ta'ala at that time he says that this will bring such a financial burden upon me, such a financial strain upon me, that if I have to pay for everybody, then I will have to beg before the Quraysh for money. So Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam tells him that, oh Abbas, that is not the case. That when you left Makkah Sharif, then what about all that money that you gave to your wife Fadl? So as Abbas radiallahu ta'ala was shocked, he was amazed. He said, how do you know about the money that I gave Fadl? At that time it was only myself and Fadl. It was the darkness of night and I had given this money over to her. How did you know about it? So Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wasallam said that Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala showed all the details to me that this money was given to your wife Fadl. Immediately as Abbas radiallahu ta'ala he recited kalima. Before this, as Abbas radiallahu ta'ala he had some i'tiqad, he had some belief in Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, but he had some doubts. So because of these doubts, he didn't bring iman upon Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam. But then when this transpired, immediately he brought iman upon Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Now when he brought iman, as Abbas radiallahu ta'ala later says, he says, Allah blessed me with so much that Allah ta'ala gave me 20 slaves. And at that time when he mentioned this, he said, I have 20 slaves at this time. And every slave of mine is earning for me 20,000 dirhams. He said, the second bounty Allah Ta'ala blessed me when I became a Muslim. He says that the Hajis, when they come for Hajj, amongst the Quraysh, there were those that served water to the Hajis, which is referred to as siqaya. He said, this is such a ni'mat of Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala, that I serve water to the Hajis, that he says that all the wealth of the people of Makkatul Mukarramah cannot replace this ni'mat of Allah Ta'ala, is nothing in comparison to this ni'mat of Allah Ta'ala. And he said, Allah gave me so much in dunya, I have hope that tomorrow on the day of Qiyamah, Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala will give me much more. It is mentioned as Aisha radiallahu ta'ala says, when the wealth came from Bahrain to Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, Nabi alayhi salatu wasallam said, spread all this wealth in Masjid al-Nabawi. When the wealth was put down in Masjid al-Nabawi, Nabi alayhi salam would see Sahaba. He would call one Sahab, he would give him some money. He would call another Sahab, he would give him 80,000 dirhams had come from Bahrain. So as Abbas radiallahu ta'ala came, he told Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam, Ya Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, that on the occasion of Badr, I paid for my ransom. I paid for Uqayl bin Abi Talib. I paid for Harith bin Nawfil. Isn't it time that now something should be given to me? Nabi alayhi salam told Hazrat Abbas radiallahu ta'ala that, oh Abbas, fill, how much you want to take from here, take. Hazrat Abbas radiallahu ta'ala took out his cloth, his sheet, his chadar that he was wearing, and he starts filling it. And he filled it, and he filled it, and he filled it. When he tied it up, he couldn't carry it now. So then he tells Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, tell somebody to carry it and put it on my back. Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, no, I'm not going to do that. So he tells Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he was the uncle. So he tells Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, you put it on my back for me. Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, I'm not going to do it either. So then as Abbas radiallahu ta'ala opens it up, he takes out some silver coins, some dirhams from there, and he puts it back in the masjid. And then when it's a little lighter, now he carries it and he takes it home. So here Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala promised that if Allah Ta'ala knows of any goodness in you, that you're going to bring Iman, Allah will give you much more than what was taken from you, and Allah will make your maghfirat also. But when he accepted Islam, Hazrat Abbas radiallahu ta'ala anhu, he never exposed his Iman to anyone at that time. Why? The Quraysh of Makkah, they owed a lot of money to Abbas radiallahu ta'ala. Now if they found out that Abbas radiallahu ta'ala had accepted Islam, then all the money of Abbas radiallahu ta'ala would have been gone. They would have never paid that money back. So Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam allowed him also. He said, no problem. You accept Islam, don't inform anybody. Later on, in the before the 8th year of Hijri, when the conquest of Makkah took place, he asked Nabi Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, Ya Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that now I want to make hijrat and come down to Madinatul Munawwara. But at that time also Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam told him, no, don't make hijrat. You remain behind in Makkatul Mukarramah. So this promise of Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala, Abbas radiallahu ta'ala saw in the very world. We'll continue from here.